You may have come across one or more of my videos where I talk about how the transits to this chart, Donald Trump's chart, are very negative in 2020 and make it next to impossible for him to achieve what he's trying to achieve, namely getting reelected. However, transits aside, and they are really important, in the last couple of videos I've focused on secondary progressions and the power of that technique. And if we take this chart and progress it to 2016 in the summer, which is when he has his birthday, June 14th, we get this chart. And this moon, when you go from June to November, you're going to add about 5 degrees or so. It'll be even closer to the zenith of the chart. And this ascendant will be slightly forward, not much, close to 25 degrees. But the main thing is, notice the confluence of planets in Libra. And you'll recall that Jupiter was going through Libra at the time of the election, and that was his entry point. It is, of course, true that from Libra at literally 20 degrees, it was also trining his natal sun in the actual, in the actual chart. Like if you backtrack this chart was getting a trine from Jupiter. Jupiter was on its return at the time of inauguration. So that is part of the explanation. But this chart here is very strong. You've got Jupiter right next to the ascendant, and you've got the transiting Jupiter, emphasizing the point at the time of inauguration. And in fact, even Saturn in its transit is supportive of this chart because it was in Sagittarius at the time. It was opposing Gemini, his natal sign, but this chart gets a lot of support. But now look what happens when you progress this to 2020. Now you've got later degrees here. There is quite a bit of separation from where the Jupiter is, which at the time was very helpful toward achieving something. It was super close to the degrees of Jupiter, the ascendant that is. Now you've got the traffic jam in Capricorn squaring all of this, but especially the ascendant and the Jupiter. That basically is a full stop. It goes nowhere, a chart like this. The new moon energy is in the 12th, also not helpful. And so in addition to what I've mentioned in the transit scheme, and believe me, the transit scheme is really bad, but this is no better. This, in fact, just confirms fully and completely that his 2020 attempt at re-election is going to be unsuccessful.